Hey guys, I got another quick video here installing WordPress on a Raspberry Pi. We'll create a script to install Docker, and then from there we'll install containers for WordPress, MariaDB, and DuckDNS, and Portainer for Docker management. As usual, it's pretty straightforward, so let's get to it. This video assumes you already have OS installed on your Pi and SSH is working. If you need assistance with that, follow this video here. Otherwise, let's SSH to our Pi to install Docker. And now copy the script from the description. And we're going to create a bash script. So type in nano docker.sh and then paste the script. Control X to save this, Y to save, enter to use the docker.sh file name. And now we just need to give the script execute permissions. So change mode plus X for execute, docker, and then just run the Docker script now. Now that Docker is installed, we need to log out and then back in so the group changes can take effect. Now that we're logged back in, we won't need to type sudo in front of all of the Docker commands. Now we need to collect some information. Copy the replace variables from the description below to Notepad. The first one here is the database for Maria. So the Maria database password. Second is the path for our volumes. Back over to our PuTTY window, we're going to just make a directory, name it Docker, and then change to that directory. And type in pwd to get the full path, and this will be where we store our volumes for our Docker containers. Next on the list is the subdomain from DuckDNS. Go ahead and get into duckdns.org. If you don't have a domain name, let's go ahead and create one now. And copy the subdomain and paste it into Notepad. And the last thing is the token. Now copy the Docker config from the description. And using the replace feature, we're going to replace some of the options in our Docker config with the variables we just collected. So using Control H for replace. First on the list is find what is going to be DBPASS, and then we're going to put in our password. Replace all. Next is the word path. And we're going to copy the path here into the replace with. Replace all. Same thing for SD. This is our subdomain for DuckDNS. And then finally our token. Now copy the Docker config and paste it into PuTTY. And while this is downloading, if you guys have found any value in this video whatsoever, you'd help me out a lot by subscribing to this channel and liking this video. Now that our containers are installed, let's browse over to Portainer and run through the initial config. I've had to log out after creating the account and then log back in. Otherwise it gives an error message, and then we can continue the initial setup. Select Docker and then connect, and then I like to go ahead and set the endpoint IP real quick. That's what makes these links work. So let's go ahead and click on this port. And we see we have WordPress here. The next thing on the list would be to forward port 80 to our WordPress Docker container and our router for DuckDNS. So here I am in my router's admin page. I'm going to go over to WAN and enable virtual servers. I'm going to add a profile for port 80. This is going to route over to our Raspberry Pi. And then I'm going to enable port forwarding. And now if I go to the DuckDNS address, we have WordPress. Go ahead and go through the initial config. And there you are. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching.